It was supposed to be a simple prank. Just a story. Just words. But I had no idea how deep it would go. I had no idea how one night would change everything between me and my brother. And I promise you this. What happened next, no one saw it coming. That night started like any other night. The house was quiet. The lights were low. The air felt heavy, even before the story began. My brother was sitting close by, relaxed, scrolling on his phone, trusting, calm, safe. And I was smiling to myself, thinking this would be funny. Just a harmless scare. Just a small moment to laugh about later. I told myself it was only a prank. I told myself it would last a few minutes. I told myself nothing bad could happen. But sometimes, we forget how powerful words can be. Sometimes, we forget how close fear is to the heart. I slowly began the story. My voice was calm. Too calm. I talked about a normal house. A house that looked like ours. A house that felt warm during the day, but strange at night. I talked about small sounds. Footsteps that were not there. Doors that moved on their own. Shadows that stayed a second longer than they should. I watched my brother's face change. At first, he smiled. Then he listened more closely. Then he stopped scrolling. Then he looked up. That was the moment I knew the story was working. I continued. Slow. Careful. I talked about someone feeling watched. Not attacked. Not hurt. Just watched. That quiet fear that sits in your chest and waits. That fear that asks questions you cannot answer. And then I asked a simple question. What if this happened to you? He laughed, but it was not real laughter. It was nervous. Light. The kind of laugh people use to hide fear. But I did not stop. I should have stopped. But I wanted the moment. I wanted the reaction. I wanted to win the prank. The story grew darker, but not louder. The scariest things are always quiet. I talked about a person who could not sleep. A person who heard breathing in the dark. A person who felt a cold hand on the edge of the bed. Nothing graphic. Nothing violent. Just fear. Pure fear. This is where everything changed. I saw my brother's hands shake. Just a little, but enough. His eyes were wide now. Focused. Locked on me. The room felt smaller. The air felt tight. In that moment, a strange feeling hit me. Not pride. Not joy. Guilt. But I ignored it. I told myself to finish the story. I told myself he would laugh soon. I told myself it was almost over. I reached the peak of the story. The moment when the person realizes something is standing behind them. Not touching. Not moving. Just standing there. Waiting. I paused. I let the silence sit. Silence is powerful. Silence is louder than screams. And then I ended the story. No jump scare. No sudden shout. Just the ending. My brother did not laugh. He stayed quiet. Too quiet. I tried to smile. I said it was a prank. I expected him to smile back. I expected him to say I got him. But he did not. He stood up slowly. He looked tired. Older somehow. And he walked away without saying a word. That hit me harder than any reaction I wanted. That night, I could not sleep. Not because of the story, but because of the look on his face. Fear mixed with trust broken. A silence that said more than words. The next day felt heavy. The house felt different. The same walls. The same rooms. But something was off. I noticed my brother staying quiet. He avoided dark rooms. He kept lights on longer. He did not joke like before. And that's when the fear changed sides. I realized something important. Fear does not end when the story ends. Fear stays. Fear grows. Fear lives inside people. This is where everything changed for me. I sat alone and thought about it. Why did I do it? For laughs? For views? For ego? To feel smart? To feel powerful? None of those reasons felt good anymore. I remembered all the times my brother trusted me, all the times he stood by me, all the times he made me feel safe. And I broke that safety for a prank. That realization hurt. Later that day, I found him sitting quietly. I sat near him. My heart was racing. Not from fear, from shame. I spoke softly. I told him I was sorry. Not a fast sorry. Not a joke sorry. A real one. I told him I did not think about his feelings. I told him I did not know words could hurt like that. I told him I was wrong. He listened. He stayed quiet. Then he nodded. That nod meant more than words. He told me something I will never forget. Fear stays even when you know it is fake. Your mind knows the truth, but your heart does not. That was the moment the prank ended, and the lesson began. From that day, I saw fear differently. I saw how easy it is to create, and how hard it is to remove. I saw how responsibility matters more than laughs. How care matters more than attention. The prank taught me something deep, something real. Power is not in scaring someone. Power is in protecting them. Courage is not making others afraid. Courage is saying sorry when you are wrong. And trust, once broken, needs time, patience, and honesty to heal. This story is not really about a prank. It is about choice. Every day, we choose how our words affect others. Every joke, every comment, every story. We can use words to lift people up, or we can use words to push fear into their hearts. And what you choose says a lot about who you are. If you are watching this, think about your own life. Think about the people who trust you. Think about the jokes you make. Think about the words you use. Ask yourself this. Are my words helping or are they hurting? Because once fear enters the heart, it does not leave easily. And once trust breaks, it takes courage to fix it. I learned that lesson the hard way, and I will never forget it. If this story made you feel something, you are not alone. If it made you think, that means it matters. And if it helped you see fear and responsibility differently, then this story did its job. Be kind with your words. Be careful with your jokes. And protect the people who trust you. If you like this story, support the channel. Like the video. Subscribe for more real stories. And watch the next one.